Hey guys, what's going on? This is John and welcome to my arcade show. This is my walkthrough at Dorky's Arcade located in Tacoma, Washington. Came here during the week of PAX Prime 2012. Came here with a bunch of friends. I've done several walkthroughs of this before. It's been actually they add games, so I wanted to do another walkthrough because there's actually a number of new games here. To the right, there's a bunch of pinball machines, Genesis. All those pinball machines hadn't been there before. Hang On, which is by Sega, classic. There's Tetris by Atari. Atari had the rights of Tetris in the arcades, while Nintendo had the rights to the consoles, and there was another company had the rights to the computer. It was a big trademark mess. Here's Space Invaders, a classic pinball machine. That's actually a wide version one. It's very dark here, and I apologize for the lighting, but it's really cool because they have like music, and this place was packed. Probably the busiest I'd seen it. I've been, like I said before, I've been here a number of times. I've never seen it this busy before. A lot of nice fighters. Most arcade games they have here are from the 80s, but they have some number from the 90s, including this Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter 2 we passed earlier, House of the Dead. So a nice mix of machines. Time Crisis 2, a lot of shooters. Revolution X, that's Aerosmith, a shooter. Very, very fun arcade game. It's been ported to the Genesis and Super Nintendo. Not very good ports, unfortunately. Here's Ghostbusters Busters, the arcade game. Kind of unusual cabinet. Here is Tubin. Kind of interesting controls. Spider-Man, which is a beat 'em up by, I believe, Sega actually makes that game. It's a beat 'em up. Joust by Williams, one of my favorite arcade games around. Really fun to play co-player. Robotron 2004, Bubble Bobble, Defender, number of classic ones. And the cool thing about this place, Dorky's, is all the machines, at least the ones that were on display, were working, which is unusual because when you get this many machines working all together, it's just bound to happen that some of them break down, but they obviously take really good care of their equipment here. Here's Guitar Hero Arcade, Rampage World Tour, which is a lot of fun, R-Type, Popeye by Nintendo. Here's Super Mario Brothers. That's the Versus version. That's the Versus Super Mario Brothers, actually quite a bit different than the NES port. Of course, Donkey Kong Jr., all those. There's PeteDorr. Like I said, I came with a whole bunch of friends here, which is really cool. Pete has a great channel. Just PeteDorr on YouTube, if you guys aren't familiar with him. Indy 500. There's Star Wars Arcade, one of my favorite arcade games of all time. There's one pinball machine wasn't working. I proved myself wrong, but for the most part they were. There is Twilight Zone, Addams Family, the best-selling pinball machine of all time. There's Big Hurt, Baseball 1, NBA Jam, classic, great game to play co-op on. I used to play NBA Jam all the time. Zavix. Here's Asteroids by Atari, which is a lot of fun. Dig Dug, it's a great game. Centipede, all the classics. Pole Position, I really would like to get a Pole Position arcade cab. It's one of the first racing games I've ever played before. Tron, just passed. There's Tron Pinball. That's a limited edition Tron Pinball. I know I went by kind of quick, but there's actually a neon light that goes around it. It's a limited edition one. Came out recently. Revenge of Mars, one of the last Bally pinball games that were released. Quicks, that was part of the Pinball 2000 series. I'm talking about Revenge of Mars, and so was Star Wars Episode 1 pinball because they used the weird monitor. They had a bar and snack bar area. They served some beer, bottled beer. Burger Time. That's the other side. Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man. No arcades complete without those two. Galaxian, Galaga, of course. Frogger, Spy Hunter. Always a really Gorf. Gorf is a lot of fun too. Kind of a Galaga mix game. It's this great shooter. Space Invaders Deluxe. There's Metal Jesus, good friend of mine. Number of cocktail tables. Donkey Kong Cocktail, kind of usual C, Mega Race, and Neo Geo with Baseball Stars 2. There's Drunken Master Paul, Metal Jesus. First time they had been here, so I was really excited to take them here, and they don't live too far from here. Here is, that's Star Trek Next Generation. That's my favorite pinball of all time. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys subscribing. Please leave a comment. Let me know what arcade you like. See you soon.